Hi, I'm Leanna from Wellness Inspiring Spiritual Health, and today we're going to discuss emotional eating and sugar cravings. So, what is emotional eating? Emotional eating is where you eat to feel better or to relieve stress. It's not always triggered by physical hunger, but rather by emotional needs. So, some triggers for emotional eating are stress, anxiety, boredom, loneliness, sadness, depression, but it can also be triggered by happiness, being frustrated, or even if a major life event happens, we could want to go ahead and we can want to grab something to eat to help to cope with those feelings, to help to cope with that stuff. And a lot of times what happens is that we use that food to really stuff those feelings down, to put them back inside because we don't want to deal with them. So, how do we overcome emotional eating? The first thing we have to do is learn how to deal with our emotions. Now, some of the easiest ways to deal with our emotion is to really think about what's going on. Think about how we're feeling in the moment, with whatever it is that is going on, whatever it is that is happening, whatever it is that has us wanting to grab that something in order to feel better. That something for me most of the times is potato chips. I just love the potato chips, and anytime I'm feeling bad, I just want to grab a potato chip and eat it, right? And so, some of the ways that we can overcome the emotional eating are being mindful, just really living and being present, feeling what we're feeling those feelings that are coming up for us for whatever reason, whatever the situation may be. We can share with friends the things that we're going through, the things that we're feeling, to find that one person that we feel confident in sharing those dark secrets, those moments that we feel extremely vulnerable. We can definitely share that with a friend. Exercise is a great way to deal with our emotions. Like, let's go and exercise and do something healthy for our bodies, as opposed to grabbing something like a donut or a cupcake or potato chips. um, Deep breathing in deep, bringing oxygen to the lungs and to the blood and to the brain, really help to calm us down when we're feeling anxious, when we're feeling anxiety in the moment, or something difficult is happening that is hard for us to deal with. But really getting in touch with that breath helps. It helps a lot. And meditation, sitting quietly and really feeling the feelings, and not trying to stuff them with food. So, uh, a lot of times, what happens is that we are we think that we're we're hungry when we're really thirsty. So, drinking water helps tremendously during that time. Just, have a glass of water before you reach for whatever it is that you want to reach for. Have a glass of water, right? So, know that emotional eating is very different from sugar cravings. Um, we a lot of times we have sugar cravings because we're feeling stressed, right? We might feel stressed, and we might want to reach for something sweet, right? But when I talk about sugar cravings, for the most part, um, it's sugar cravings are a response to our pleasure center. And I touched on that during the sugar's role in addiction video. So you might want to check that out. you could always go back and look at that. But what happens is that when sugar is overused, um, it feeds unhealthy bacteria in the body. Now imagine little tiny organisms that are trying to stay alive, and they're going to send signals to the brain, right? They're going to release chemicals that are going to send signals to the brain to tell you to grab something sweet in order to feed them, hence sugar cravings, right? Now, I believe that this is the hardest substance to withdraw from because the food industry hides sugar in everything. And I mean everything. I actually went on vacation last week and I picked up a salt packet, because I wanted to put some salt on some eggs that I was eating. And I just happened to glance at the ingredient list on the salt packet. Now, first of all, the only ingredient that should be on a salt package is salt. Unfortunately, it was not. It was salt, something else, dextrose. Of course, you know that dextrose is sugar. Why are they putting sugar in salt? Well, I don't even understand it. But anyway, what I am challenging you guys to do, right, is that you have to is to start checking the ingredient labels on the foods that you are eating. Now, like I said, I believe that this is the hardest substance to withdraw from, sugar, right? Because the food industry hides it in everything. And very, very seldom do we even check ingredient lists, right? We don't really check the ingredient label. We're taught to look at the nutritional label, the nutritional facts, right? No, look at the ingredient label because that's what's going in your body. The heck with the nutritional facts. Look at the ingredient labels because guess what? If your body is healthy, your body will crave certain foods that actually will provide the nutrients that it needs. You'd be surprised. So, I challenge you guys to check the ingredient labels on the foods that are already prepared. I have enclosed a link inside the comments. I enclosed a link that will take you to a list of different names of sugar that you can find on packaging. Now, how do we overcome sugar cravings? Well, the oldest and only way that I think that we can overcome sugar cravings is to just withdraw from eating anything that has sugar in it. And I'm not talking about organic fresh fruits. I'm talking about anything that has sugar added to it. And I'm talking about anything that has sugar on the ingredient list. So it's really important that you know the different names of sugar, so that way you'll know what to look for. They are hiding sugar in everything, right? So you may want to start. Another way that we can overcome these sugar cravings is that you might want to start eating foods that are fermented, and have healthy bacteria in them to fight off the bacteria and fungi that feed off a sugar. It's so important to give the body the tools it needs to fight against the sugar monsters that live inside of us. It's hard. I know it's hard. And I've been there. I get sucked in every now and then. But when you know what to do and have the support you need, you can get through anything. So, you can always reach out to me at www.betterhealththroughfood.com, betterhealththroughfood.com for support. I love you and I want the very, very best for you. My name is Leanna from Wellness Inspiring Spiritual Health. And again, I wish you all the best life has to offer. Be well.